Jamaica's public health system is broken. Every week we hear the horror stories. Long waiting times, no beds, basic equipment not working. Hospitals and clinics are in crisis. While this government cuts ribbons, Jamaicans are being left to suffer in overcrowded, under-resourced facilities like this one. The next PNP government will change this. We're going to shift focus. We want to prioritize actual care for people when they're sick, not these mega projects with huge cost overruns and that can't finish years after they start. Refurbishing every operating theatre, creating urgent care centres island-wide so people stop waiting days for help on benches or floors. We're going to launch national screening programs to target the biggest killers of our people: cancer, hypertension, which is pressure, diabetes, which is sugar. We want to catch them early so that people's lives can be saved. We will make the investments to ensure that every parish hospital has the equipment it needs to deliver the services required by the people. And stop the outsourcing racket that leaves patients with nothing but bills and delays. And we will support our healthcare workers, not just with words, but with housing, with training opportunities, and with respect. This is not about PR, it's about saving actual people's lives. Next PNP government will deliver proper, decent healthcare for the people of Jamaica. Time come.
My dad was living in America, and most of my extended family who I grew up with, they too were in America. No, my dad did this not because he was a bad parent or anything. It's just that he couldn't find anyone else to take care of me in the process of him filing my paperwork for me to come here to America. And let me tell you something, those were some of the worst few months of my life. I remember my mom was responsible for putting me or placing me with people because she too was going through some stuff. So I couldn't live with her either. So within these few months, I was moved from one home to the next, and these people were paid to pretty much take care of me, buy food, housing, so on and so forth. From I was born, I lived with family. I didn't know any other living situation. I had younger cousins. My family's pretty large. So you must understand how scary it was to suddenly get up and go live with total strangers. And as I grew older, I began to realize that this is a norm. This is a norm for many parents to kind of leave their kids with total strangers or even an extended family member. Now, I remember this one lady. I lived with this lady for, let's say, about a week or two, and she lived somewhere in Halfway Tree, Kingston, Jamaica. And while I was staying with this lady for this very short amount of time, this lady went to work, locked me in the house, and left me with no food for the rest of the day. So she would feed me breakfast, and when I ate breakfast was just an egg and I think some hot tea and a couple slices of bread. But during the day while I was there by myself, locked up in the house, there was nothing to eat. I had to scrummage through the kitchen to see if I can find something. Me as a young girl, don't know how to cook, don't know how to do nothing, just wanting something to eat. Then I came upon some noodles. At the time I didn't know what they were, but they looked like noodles. But now that I'm older, I know that they're Chinese noodles, and I did something with these Chinese noodles on the stove, and this is how I ended up eating. This woman left me at her house the entire day, despite getting money to take care of me. She left me there with no food. Now, this is the reason why Jaden's situation hits home for me. Because I was once that child who was sent to live with strangers, or in this case, in Jaden's case, family, and they ill-treated me just because I wasn't their own. Their maternal instincts didn't kick in for me because I wasn't their own child. And this is what you're going to find all the time. I am sure there are hundreds of kids out there with similar stories who were, left at homes, aunts' homes, grandmothers' homes, and the parents just pretty much turn their backs on them. And then they're left to deal with the abuse that is inflicted upon them by these people who are left to care for them. You're sometimes beaten, given some harsh punishments. You're not fed. You're told that you can't do what their kids are doing. you're told you're kept out of school, you name it, you're just treated differently. And you see it regardless of how young you are. You see that you're being treated differently in comparison to how they treat their kids. So to the parents out there who make it a thing, a habit to leave your children with extended family members or total strangers, please don't do it. You know, a lot of Jamaican kids usually are not expressive with their emotions, and they'll sit there in silence and not tell you exactly what they're going through. But the void, you being missing from their lives, is such a heavy burden that they have to bear. And most times they're in situations where they can't really speak about it because they're afraid for talk to no. You know, sometimes when I call back home and I ask the kids them, how is everything? How is auntie treating, you know? Always, and I'm afraid for talk because they fear the repercussions of what might happen when them come off of the phone. Because remember, you know that they know. And whosoever is caring for the child will make everything look good just so that you can send them money. You understand what I say? And let there not be a time when you don't send money. The child is going to feel it. It's something that I experienced, not with my family, right? But because I was boarded out from time to time in that short space of time before I actually came to America, I experienced it where money was not sent, so I wouldn't eat in time. Money was not sent in time. So if money was not sent in time, I wouldn't eat in time. Trauma is not just physical abuse like the beating of your kid. It's also that void. They're used to smelling their own pillows in their own familiar environment, and suddenly that's gone. You're not there. You, the parent, a familiar face, a familiar voice. You're not there. And the care that you would give your child, no one else will be able to offer the same thing. Trust me, don't do it. I went through it. Leaving your child with a stranger or a family member should be a very, 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 very last option. Because as someone who has a first-hand account of this experience, let me tell you something. The hate is real.
Mr. Allness, sir, Miss Chin come out loud for me this morning defending you. She's in my inbox and she's basically saying I'm killing up myself and all me am mad over you and you have life better than me. Elisha, tell Mr. Allness you don't have life better than me because you are breathing, inhaling and exhaling, and so do I. Moran, I have a beautiful heart and a good integrity. And your integrity shit up, wrap up, nap up, dirty, stink. Everything is bad about your integrity, sir. So there's no way in hell, Mr. Allness, you are better off than I am. Okay? Because we both have life. And the only slight difference that would makes me better than you is because I have a good heart and a beautiful integrity. I'm up for my people. But you don't better than me, so I don't know where Miss Chin get that from. I'm Moran. Miss Chin, you out here defend Mr. Allness and a fling up your finger them and a talk and a fling up your dirty long false fingernail them. Girl, go and sit down and cut off them dirty something there off your hand. You have to deal with the real nails. Real nails that God give you. Let them grow in peace. You don't have to be wearing them dirty fingernail them. And the girl just talk and flashing them up. Girl, them they look untidy and tacky. Don't think they're cute. Them look, oh, you wipe your body. Girl, they look nasty and dirty. And the tattoo them when you have on your skin. Look how you look, girl. You look dirty like somebody want hold you and give you a proper beard. Go up at Mr. Allness yard and make Mr. Allness help her hold you and beard you. You want somebody for beard you, girl. What you want me to do? Lock you out of my inbox? No, I will never lock nobody out of my inbox. Y'all keep on coming in there, come defend big nose, bro devil, craven here. Liar, the wicked man. Keep on coming up in there, come and defend him like I care. Do I look like somebody who care? Our business. Let me tell y'all something. No matter what y'all come up here and say about me, y'all can't get me down because it's not none of y'all get me up where I'm at. Y'all can't get me down. It's me. I have to get down myself. I have to get down myself. I am in control of my life and my being. You understand? You all can't get me down. Words are just illusional shit that is coming out of your mouth and full of the lulu. So you all can't get me down. So you can come up in my inbox, come say a million things. Who hurt? You, right? I am not hurted because guess what? I'm not coming up in none of y'all inbox. I don't even see y'all. But the next advice, like remind you, go and take off them dirty fingernail there. We have flash up when you talk. See her when she talking? Girl, your hand look dirty and stink. Go clean up yourself. Them nasty blue and green fingernail there where you have a flash up look dirty. Go away. You want somebody only and bathe you. You want bathe properly.
The mother of the 15-year-old who was allegedly raped by a doctor is speaking out this evening, saying she is living in fear. The doctor was reportedly working in Portmore, St. Catherine. As we hear from TVJ's Kirk Wright, the child and the family have been severely affected.
The mother, whose identity we cannot reveal, struggled to recount what she says was a horrifying experience for her daughter. The woman says late last month she took her 15-year-old daughter for medical attention and the doctor raped her in his office.
So, I said, oh, you know this? She said, Mommy, because I could feel him lying on me and breathing down on me. And every time I talk about this, I'm so angry. No, I needed to hear this from my baby. So I had to just, to brace myself for what she's gonna say. She said, he lied on her and he covered her eyes because he realized at some point in time that she was like semi-conscious. She said he kissed her and he was choking her at one point.
The 15-year-old, who was apparently sedated before the ordeal, told her mother she was still conscious.
She said, Mommy, I could hear him pulling up his clothes and the belt buckle when he's putting on his belt.
The mother reported the incident to the police, who have listed the doctor a person of interest. They are still trying to find him, but the mother says not long after reporting the incident to the police, the doctor called her.
I left the station and maybe about an hour after I left, my phone rang. I answered it, and to my surprise it was the doctor that was calling me.
She says she was astonished that the doctor could have called so soon and has concluded that he was tipped off, hence the reason he cannot be found.
No, if it is a case where I go to the police, they are the only ones who knew of this. I went and I made my statement. I made a complaint of what is happening. No one else knew but the police. How would the doctor be calling me on my phone to tell me that he hears something? They called him. They called him. I have no trust in the police.
She says she had to make drastic changes in her life because there may be consequences for speaking out.
Since the news has been out and I've gotten calls that I'm to be careful because this doctor has done it already.